What's up, Magic Makers? Drew here, and first let me apologize. I am not in my studio. I am in the living room, so the sound may be off. There may be background noises. I apologize, but I am currently working a spell on my altar, and I have 3 candles burning, and I just really didn't want to leave them unattended. So I'm filming this video in the living room in front of my altar. So, of course, this is another Crystal Personalities video where we talk about different crystal formations. And a great resource, as always, for that, of course, is this book, Crystal Personalities, a quick reference to Special Forms of Quartz by Patricia Troyer. It is my go-to for this kind of thing, though, of course, you can find this information in plenty of other places. The first specimen I'm going to discuss is called Scepter Quartz. Scepter Quartz have this overgrowth capping and covering the termination of the crystal. So sometimes it looks like this, and I've personally only ever seen this kind in person with this overgrowth capping, and then other times I've seen specimens that are just clear quartz at the top of the scepter. Most often the cap is younger than the actual quartz crystal itself. And when you find a specimen that is clear quartz all around, but it is still a scepter formation, typically it will be that another crystal has grown on top of an older one. So scepter crystals symbolize new information, confirming and authenticating old information. They're excellent for dream work and channeling. They link the crown and ethereal chakras, so your crown chakra at the top of your head to all of the chakras above your head, so that they are in alignment and linked together energetically. This crystal is said to align our thoughts and actions and to assist with healthy self-esteem. So these two properties in conjunction are supposed to help us to refrain from suppressing emotions until they come out in unexpected, unpleasant ways. And these crystals are said to help with energy and motivation, helping to move us forward in new directions. The next specimen we're discussing is Spirit Quartz, sometimes called cactus or porcupine quartz as well. These specimens have a central crystal that is usually shaped like a candle or a finger, and you can see the central crystal right here. It's a little harder to see with my quartz specimen, so I'm going to start with that one and then show you the amethyst, which is much easier to read. And then this crystal is covered with all kinds of smaller terminations, and you can see these little smaller ones all around here. And there's some teeny tiny ones, but again, it's really hard to pick up on this regular quartz specimen. Even in person, face to face, it's harder to see, much harder to see than on the amethyst. So I'm going to show you the amethyst so you get a better idea of what it is I'm saying. So you see the central crystal, and then there's smaller crystals, but you see these teeny tiny little cactus-like crystals all over. Now this is the only quartz, snowy quartz formation I've ever seen in person, and I've never seen a citrine one in person at all. I typically see amethyst when I see these specimens, but they do come in white, snowy quartz, amethyst, and citrine. And as far as I know, these specimens actually only come out of South Africa. Spirit quartz aligns us with the higher self and allows us to comprehend and express verbally or otherwise greater knowledge and wisdom. So not only is it putting us in alignment to receive that knowledge and wisdom, sometimes I find personally it's hard to express what I'm being given because it's not really in English per se. It's just information that's dropped into my head, and I have to formulate how to express that. So this stone can greatly help with that. Meditating with these stones can bring peace and a release of fear. So it brings a great sense of harmony. It is a symbol of many being one, that we're all connected. Then we are all from source, or however you want to express that thought. And specifically, the amethyst specimens stimulate the third eye and the crown chakras. They draw high frequency energy into the body. They encourage group consciousness. They're great for meditation. Of course, amethyst is one of the premier stones for meditation. The white quartz specimens, they activate the entire chakra system and they align the physical and subtle bodies. During healing work, they assist bringing healing spiritual energy into the body. And the citrine ones, should you run across one, they align personal will with divine will. They aid in manifestation. They harmonize group dynamics, so make it easier to work within groups, particularly when there is some stickiness in the situation. And they strengthen the sacral and solar plexus chakras. The next crystal specimen up for discussion is a tabular quartz crystal. These crystals have a flattened tabular shape. And the opposing sides, two of the opposing sides will be larger and two of the opposing sides will be thinner. And that's how you can tell that it's a tabular. And it has a little rainbow in it. I love doing these videos. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. It's not catching, the camera's not catching it. It has a little rainbow in it that I've never noticed before today. All right, anyway. So tabular crystals are great tools for linking crystal grids together. They symbolize the bridge between, and that is on many levels. The bridge between the heart and mind, the bridge between mind, body, and spirit. Anything that you could say that there needs to be a bridge between, a link between, because they are thought of as separate, this can link them. They are excellent communication stones, premier among all other formations. So, of course, this would include communication on an earthly plane with other individuals, but it also very much applies to communication with guides or angels or the Fae, any otherworldly entities that you may work with. They assist in balancing the emotions. They are considered, as I said, a bridge stone. So they bring spirit to material. They help us move from one level to the next level. They bring together inner and outer realms. And they assist communication between the conscious and the unconscious. Next, we have what is referred to as a picture window. Now, these are slightly rounded crystals. They're usually sort of somewhat egg-shaped. This one happens to be an ametrine, which is a little harder to come by. You'll typically see amethyst, smoky quartz, or clear quartz. So these are originally found in riverbeds in Brazil. They are naturally tumbled, creating this characteristic frost-like appearance. And then one side is cut so that you can see inside, and you can see it's a window into the crystal. And of course, it's also polished. I've had to prop it up with my tabular so you can actually see the window. All right, these crystals symbolize the need to look within for true connection on a spiritual level. You know, particularly us pagans are always talking about going inward and not necessarily looking outside ourselves for our connection. This stone can help with that. It is considered a shaman stone. It's great for dream work and meditation. It is a good grief stone, helping us move through our grief in a healthy way. And this isn't just necessarily the death of a loved one. This could be any kind of loss of a friendship, loss of a job, anything where there is any level of grief or sorrow at the loss of something. This stone is said to be great for facilitating communication with spiritual teachers. The last crystal that we're talking about today is called a dolphin crystal. And a dolphin is one large crystal with a smaller crystal laying on its surface. So when I was first learning about crystals, we talked about it like it's riding, like you ride a dolphin sometimes. It's riding another crystal. This isn't the greatest specimen. This one is definitely better. Here we go. But see this little crystal laying right on top of a bigger crystal? That's a dolphin. Now, don't get it confused. If it's growing from inside and popping out, that's something else that we'll discuss another time. It's called an inner child. But if it's just laying on the surface, then it's a dolphin crystal. These crystals symbolize safety during journey through deep or troubled waters. So when we're going through something and we need some assistance, shadow work, things of that nature, this is a good ally to have. They're said to shield nightmares and prevent emotional breakdowns. They remind us of a need for balance, work and play in particular, but just balance in general. They stimulate creativity and assist working through emotional traumas and abuse. They assist in resolving mother issues in particular. And they remind us that it's important not only to nurture others, but allow ourselves to be nurtured as well, whether that be by others or by the self. That's it for today, guys. It's kind of a short one. As always, thanks for watching and listening. And until next time, much love and gratitude.